So, Humza, let me ask you first. Why do you think we are seeing this surge in support for Reform UK?
Well, I think there's probably a few reasons for it. First and foremost, this is not happening in a vacuum. You've had at least 20 years of normalizing rhetoric that was only ever really only heard by those in the hard right. So you would hear anti-immigration rhetoric from those in the fringes, and those now in power in Westminster over successive governments, be they Tory or Labour, have adopted language like British jobs for British workers, stop the boats, island of strangers. And therefore, normalising that rhetoric, I think, gives legitimacy to that rhetoric. What's also happened, and is significant, is over that 20 years, to use a Scottish word, people feel scunnered. They feel fed up, exasperated, because their living standards have dropped, had the biggest drop in living standards since records began when the Conservatives were in. And then Labour swept in with a promise of change, only to take money off pensioners, money off the disabled, and betray the WASPy women of pensionable age, who were promised compensation when Labour got in, but not given it. So you have these twin issues going on, where legitimacy of the language over the last 2 decades, a complete failure by political parties in Westminster to offer a hopeful alternative. And of course, populism thrives at a time of economic hardship, and it thrives on dividing the population into us versus them. And I'm afraid the them is now migrants. And we are seeing a rapid rise in reform to the point where virtually every single opinion poll in the last 6 months would tell you that if there's a general election tomorrow, Reform would be the largest party, which is deeply worrying, in my opinion.